This is Group 2 for presenting Group Project 1 of the subject Construction Economics and Financial Analysis. And our topic name is Financial Analysis of Hindustan Construction Company Limited. Let me introduce my group members Adira Tambi, Mohammed Faiz, Naveen George, Nimesh Gopakumar, and myself, Anita Jacob. Let's look at an introduction for Hindustan Construction Company. HCC Limited, or briefly called as Hindustan Construction Company, is a company headquartered in Mumbai, which is located in India, whose business spans the sectors of engineering and construction, real estate, infrastructure, urban development, and management. The HCC group of companies comprises HCC Limited and its subsidiaries, HCC Real Estate Limited, HCC Infrastructure Limited, Lavasa Corporation Limited, Steiner AG in Switzerland, and Haiba Technologies Limited. And the HCC is founded by the famous industrialist Seth Walchand Hirachand in 1926. And the HCC Limited executes large-scale civil engineering and infrastructure projects such as hydel power plants, nuclear power plants, expressways and highways, tunnels, and bridges. And let's look at an overview for the whole company, Hindustan Construction Company. HCC was the first construction company in India to be certified ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and OHSAS 18001 for its quality, environmental, and occupational health and safety management systems. The company is headed by Ajit, Chairman and Managing Director, and Arjun Dhawan, who is the Group Chief Executive Officer. HCC is also developing Lavasa, a planned hill bicycle set in the Sahyadri Mountains. And Lavasa is spread amidst 23,000 acres and is a 3-hour drive from Mumbai and an hour's drive from Pune. The master plan for Lavasa has been developed by the design consultant HOK International Limited, USA. Lavasa is stated to have 5 towns, and the Lavasa city comprises apartments, retail hotels, an international convention center, educational institutions, information technology parks, biotech parks, and sports and recreation facilities spread across its 5 towns. And the HCC is very much proficient in transportation field, hydroelectric power projects, nuclear power projects, water solutions, buildings, and industries, such as roads, highways, expressways, dams, tunnels, powerhouses, shafts, auxiliary buildings, spent fuel buildings, safety pump houses, integrated water supply systems, bulk water transmissions, hydrocarbon, metals and process plants and factories, residential and commercial buildings. And HCC has a long-standing commitment to creating responsible infrastructure, and sustainability is an integral part of their approach to business and work practices. And their vision is to be the industry leader and a market-driven engineering construction company renowned for excellence, quality, performance, and reliability in all types of construction. And their mission is to be the customer's preferred choice for providing construction services. And they constantly assess the needs, realities, and values of the customer and set goals to satisfy their needs. They continually innovate, develop, and adopt state-of-the-art technologies, methodologies, and materials to deliver customer satisfaction through better, faster, and cheaper construction services. They continually develop and maintain a robust supply chain that will help them to deliver value to the customer on time and to expectation. And now let me pass the PPT to Ms. Adira Tambi. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Hi, good morning to all, and I'm Adra Tampi. Next, we are moving to the financial statements of the company. We collected the 3 financial statements such as balance sheet, cash flow statement, and income statement of the company to study the financial status of the company. So, first one is the balance sheet. For the year 2019 and 2020, we collected the balance sheet, that is all the assets, liabilities, equities, and share details of the company, and it is tabulated in the table. All the current, non-concurrent assets, investments, loans, all other details are included in this table. So from the balance sheet, we can we get and we get an idea that how the company is owned by itself, or how much investment is there in the company. So next data that we are collected is a cash flow statement. In cash flow statement, we get an idea about how the cash is invested in the operating activities, financial activities, investments. All these data are obtained from the cash flow statement. And for the same year, we collected the cash flow statement of the Hindustan company. And this is tabulated here. And from the cash flow statement, we get an idea about how this money is invested, how much money is received from the received as interest, or how much money is get borrowed out. All these data is obtained from the cash flow statement. And the last statement that we collect, or the last financial statement that we are collected, is the income statement, which shows the total revenue as well as the expenses of the company in the year 2019 as well as in 2020. So from the data, the total revenue of the companies decreased from 2019 to 2020, and also expenses is also get decreased. And while comparing the two, while taking the difference between the expenses and revenue, there is a slight increase in the difference between expense and income in 2019 and 2020. So all these statements are collected to analyze the financial status of the company, and these data are used for the common size analysis. And the analysis and the result will be discussed by my teammate Naveen. And that's all. Thank you.
Hi friends, good morning. I'm Naveen George. I'm here to present the common size analysis of Hindustan Construction Company in the year 2019 and 2020. Common size analysis, also known as vertical analysis, it is a method of examining financial statement by expressing each element as a percentage of the base amount. It is performed to analyze data over a period of time within a company. This is mostly used by the companies to analyze the data on its balance sheet or income statement. It is performed by expressing income statement as a percentage of net sales and balance sheet elements as a percentage of assets or total liabilities and equity. The formula used to find common size analysis is individual items amount divided by base amount into 100%. When it comes to Hindustan Construction Company, assets were divided into non-current assets and current assets. For property, plant and equipment in 2019, it was 418, which is reduced to 342.22. Investments in 2019 was 17.65, which is reduced to 6.94 in the year 2020. The trade receivable shows an increase from 642.49 to 2719.72, as well as the loan used increased from 117.44 to 187.51. The total non-current assets shows an increase from 3,932.57 to 5,875.10 in the year 2019 to 2020. When it comes to current assets, for inventories, in 2019, it was 197.16, which reduced to 191.83. The trade receivable shows a decrease of 1,821.97 in the year 2020 from 3,482.76 in the year 2019. Total current assets shows a decrease from 6,645.83 to 5,021.34 in 2020. The Total assets shows an increase of 10,896.44 from 10,578.40 in the year 2019. Equity share capital remains same in the year 2019 and 2020. Other equity shows an increase of almost 170 from the year 2019 to 2020. Total equity shows a decrease of 170 from the year 2019 to 2020. Liabilities. The borrowings in the year 2019 was 1,841.94, which reduced to 1,357.37. Other financial liabilities shows an increase in the year 2019 to 2020 from 987.63 to 1,187.18. Total non-current liability shows decrease from 2,869.03 to 2,588.38. When it comes to current liabilities, borrowing shows an increase of 300 from 1,079.98 to 1,368.01 in the year 2019 to 2020. The total current liability shows an increase of almost 800 from the year 2019 and 2020. Total equity and liability so shows an increase of 380 from the year 2019 to 2020. In 2019, it was 10,578.40. It increased to 10,896.44 in the year 2020. This graph shows the balance sheet of Hindustan Construction Company in the year 2019 and 2020. It includes current assets, non-current assets, equity, liabilities. Then income statement of the Hindustan Construction Company. The income received from operations in 2019 was 4,603.49 in 2019, which reduced to 3,643.64 in the year 2020. It shows a 1.6% of decrease, 1.6% of increase in 2020. Other income shows an decrease of almost 80 in the year 2000 between 2019 and 2020. The total income shows an decrease in the year 2019 and 2020. In 2019, it was 4,721.62, which reduced to 3,676.14. When it comes to the expenses, for cost for construction materials, in 2019, it was 816.59, which reduced to 619.76. Subcontracting expense, construction expense shows a decrease in the year 2019 to 2020, whereas employee benefit expense shows an increase of 20 from 2019 to 2020. Finance cost also shows an increase of 50 from the year 2019 and 2020. Other expenses shows a decrease of 15 from 120.69 in the year 2019 to 105.53 in the year 2020. The total expenses shows a decrease from 4,857.94 in the year 2019 to 4,037.06 in the year 2020. The next topic will be taken by Nimesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen. My name is Nimesh, and I'm going to continue from my part of the presentation, which is investigation of the current position and performances of the Hindustan Construction Company. As we all know, there's a global pandemic going on, so it's quite natural that the total income of the company has reduced from 2019 to the 2020 year. Like it has reduced from 4,721 to 3,676. That's more than 1,000 crore difference, which is quite like unexpected. And the expenses was reduced, or the expenses was reduced by around 800 crores from the year 2019 to 2020. So the net cash generated from operating activities decreased from 571 to 314 between the years, and the total cash flow of the company reduced to great extent between the years 2019 and 2020. Moving on to the next slide, I'm going to talk about the strength and weaknesses of the company. The strength, the one of the strengths of the company is brand value. Hindustan Construction Company, which is like a highly reputed and credible company in India, so it has its own brand value, and the client contentment is very high. The weaknesses of the company, like it is like a domestic based company, so it's in comparison to the global players, it has a limited worldwide footprint. It hasn't gone international that well, but when compared to the large competitors, the company's online presence is like extremely limited. So that's another weakness. Moving on to the next slide, there's general points to be considered to like improve the company in the future. To create a fantastic team full of people that are like very into their job and right skilled. Yeah, you should not only run your firm but lead your team. The quality is the most crucial thing going forward in the future, and change is a positive thing. Making wise choices on choosing the projects which they are supposed to do, and increasing the marketing of the business, and expanding to a global or international field should help the company in the near future. And the comparisons and trend analysis and projections, it's quite natural that the revenues over the year from 2016 has increased till 2019, has gone on from 8,711 crores to like 10,397 crores. But as you all know, due to the current situation, it has like decreased a little from 2019 to 2020, has gone down from 10,397 to 9,522. And going on to the next slide. This is a graph of the revenue of the company. Like as I've said earlier, from 2016, there's an increase till 2019. From 2016 to 2017, there's a 14.2% increase in revenue, and 2.4 and 2.1 increase in revenue respectively in the years 2018 and 2019. But coming on to 2020, it has reduced like minus 8.4 percentage. So that was all of my part. Thank you guys, and hope you enjoyed my presentation.
Thank you, Nimesh. Good morning, everyone. I'm myself, Mohammed Faiz, and I'm going to talk about the forecast for future years. The Hindustan company is a highly reputed company and have completed many years in the field and has executed a large number of credible projects. The company is well known for the innovative and sustainable way of working and has evaluated the standard over the years. And as we all know, the ongoing global pandemic, the COVID-19, has affected, surely affected the company as it has affected many others in the same field. But when we look at this stock, the current price today is 14.75 INR, which is a slight improvement from the last year. And it is expected that there will be a 5% increase in the current value of the company as there are certain there will be increase as they are set to take on many new projects in the coming months. But on the contrary, there are some other sources which disagree this statement and they say there may be a devalue in the near future. The current position and performance of the firm with important competitors. The three main important competitors here considered are L&T Construction, Birla, TCS companies. Their founding date are L&T is on 1938, Birla on 1857, and TCS company on 1968, and Hindustan Construction Company on 1926. And all the other three companies are private sector, whereas Hindustan is from public sector. And the tax are for L&T Construction, Real Estate and Construction, Building Management and Construction. For Birla, the Real Estate and Construction, Building Management, Construction Management. And TCS company is Energy and Utilities, Real Estate and Construction Management, Energy Infrastructure Engineering, Pipeline Procurement Renewables, and Hindustan Construction Company is Real Estate and Construction Design, Contractor Energy, Infrastructure Facilities, Management and Infrastructure. And all the four companies are located in India. And when we consider the overall revenue, the revenue for L&T Concession is 1,47,813 crore, whereas in Birla is $48.3 billion, and TCS company is 1,67,311 crore, whereas Hindustan Construction Company is only 10,397 crore. And this is a pie chart which displays the shareholder composition. It is very clear from the pie chart that the public shareholdings is 35.1%, private shares are 32%, institutional shareholdings are 30.2%, and promoter shareholders are very small, that is 2.7%, and there is no custodial shareholding, and this is 0%. The purchasing share indicate that the something is missing with the firm because it is generally utilized as a last resort by the promoters to acquire the fund. And finally, the conclusion: the amount of cash created by the company generally activate company's general activities is referred to as operational cash flow. For an ideal firm, the operational cash flow would typically be greater than the net income and would tend to be parallel to income unless there was a significant change in the company's structure. This is, but when you look on our firm, there is a difference between income and operational cash flow, which indicates that there's a likelihood of accounting fraud. And this is the graph which shows income in blue line and operational cash flow in the white line. And that's all for our topic. Thank you for listening. Thank you.